Backwards.
It sure is. You want to try that again?
No, it's not.
Not the.
In solidarity, mine will now also be backwards.
Well, you know what? Mine actually looks like a Katana fan, so mine works. Now y'all are just exposing me.
Well, Julie.
Anyway. Well, it's better than mine that is broken.
Evildoers and Decepticons. I swear to God.
She takes 3 weeks off of the podcast, and this is how she comes back? Wow.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Mabu, hey! And welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I had to make me a blackberry vanilla Coke Zero today because I'm bougie and I feel like it. And someone that we might have had on for a cast assessment that we just did prior to this recording might have had a Coke Zero and inspired me to copy her since she's not here for this. But go check out, I don't know if it'll be up before or after this one, but go check out our cast assessment for Drag Race Thailand, featuring the icon, the legend, Miss Jeannie herself. So make sure to go check that out. Thank you. Boom. And literally we are sitting here with one person currently with Cup merch. So KaMorian, go ahead and pop that on screen real quick because I don't have mine on me. KaMorian is modeling our gorgeous, lovely Cup merch, which you can get at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Link is in the description below, and we do ship domestically within North America and internationally, so there are no excuses unless your country is currently under fire or under siege. Then there are some excuses.
That's why I don't have mine.
Sure.
Right.
The country of Chicago is under siege.
And on fire at the same time.
Have you seen our Twitter debates? Yeah, it kind of is.
I have.
Well, I have not.
Oh, no, check them out. They're kind of funny. And hey, what's up, everybody? What's happening? It's the one and only Chicago's drag icon, Eve the Bunny. Also, Queen of Ivy Park, as we all know. Today, I am repping something from the Halls of Ivy drop, which is one of my favorite drops that ever came out with Ivy Park. It was all like collegiate and preppy, and it was neon greens, and it was like just like quilt, like patchwork prints, and live for it. And I am drinking Wild Cherry Pepsi. Pepsi for those who drink young.
We're in our dark sodas with fruits era today.
Right. Very that.
Are we the fruits?
We are the fruits. And I am not blackberry. I would probably be strawberry.
We are the fruits, mister.
Yes, God.
Well, yeah. And hi, I am River, your Brazilian correspondent here on The Cup. Currently, not breathing as well and on fire, but everything is fine, totally fine. No worries. I am drinking some orange juice with a lime fruit on it, so keeping up with the fruit theme, right? And I also have, because ADHD, I also have my water, so because I'm done with my coffee and it's like 10:30 p.m. So I don't need coffee right now.
The multiple drinks. I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mabu, hey, it's your favorite Black queer content creator, KaMorian, aka Sparkling Alien, and today I am getting my rubber on for today's episode of DragRace Philippines. And I will have soda right now, but I'm drinking some nice cold water. My throat is parched a little bit. But I'm so excited to get to today's episode. So let's get into it.
You couldn't have had a fruit in that water, KaMorian. You couldn't have had a fruit. Any fruit? No? All right.
I wish.
Not even a slice of lemon? Come on.
We crowned her a couple weeks ago. We don't need her. We crowned her a couple weeks ago. Anyway, we are back. It is episode 7 of Drag Race Philippines. This season continues to amaze, and this episode was an episode.
I won't say amaze. I'll say maze.
Up until this episode, this season has been very, very strong, very lovely, very interesting. This week,
produced
episode.
An episode of television that we are going to talk about. But before we do, make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things drag. And that currently means a whole hell of a lot of drag, because everyone decided to drop their fucking casts within the last 2.5 damn weeks. So we got to cover a whole bunch of casts for Drag Race. But we are here covering all of those. So make sure to check out all of the cast assessments we've done over the last couple of weeks for Drag Race UK, Drag Race España, Dragula, and Drag Race Thailand, which we will all be covering here at The Cup. And make sure to check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, and our Patreon for exclusive content and early access. So, John's gone and I'm sad.
I was so depressed. I think I blocked that out. And I remembered today when I started watching the episode, I was like, oh my God, John. Oh my God. It was the flashback. Oh, so upsetting.
I'm mad.
Yes, that was lame. That was very lame of them. But I stand by what I said on Twitter, where you want to win your Emmys back, bitch, put John on a U.S. season.
Yep.
Period.
All Stars 11. Thank you.
Yeah. Down.
Can we get Jeannie and John Fedalyaga for All Stars 11? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. But no, I'm sad John is gone, but we love John. There may be an appearance of a certain Miss Fedalyaga at some point on the channel. We're hoping, we're praying, we're trying, we're doing it. So hopefully she will be here to give us all the tea. But yeah, she's gone. I do love... One of my favorite moments of this episode is Popstar walking back into the workroom and she just goes, well, that's what it feels like to be in the bottom and lip sync and send someone home. Just very matter of fact, like with a sad tone, but still just very matter of fact. And just like, well, now I know how that feels.
I think she was processing out loud, which is interesting.
Very that. But yes, we're coming off of Zimba Ding 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 winning the Rusical last week. And of course, Kiana had to have her moment to apologize. And we come to find out she was so drunk she didn't remember.
Apologize.
I didn't
love my girl, but let's be real.
But I was like watching the way she was apologizing, and I was like, are you still drunk, baby? What's happening? Because you look...
Yes.
Toasted.
She was. Yeah,
my girl, though.
She was, because this was literally this was probably like an hour after that Untucked was filmed.
This was just a little inner team squabbles. There's nothing wrong with that. Like,
I was gonna say it's literally your team over here, Eve. Come on
like,
now.
Yeah, with a little friction, but that's because you have strong personalities. And yeah, so I understand. I completely understand. They still did what they needed to do this episode, so period.
Yeah.
For me,
Zimba did kind of accept the apology. Like she said, she didn't say I accept your apology, but she said it's fine or it's okay or something. So she kind of accepts it, but Zimba says in confessional after saying like, oh, it's okay. She says in confessional something that I said last episode. Literally. She said she accepted it, but she said, you said what you said still. You still said it. But
and then the next day in the workroom, she goes, the Lord forgives. So I forgave Kiana, but I won't forget.
Oh, but on the next day, when they go, like when they start gather in around the table, they're still kind of talking about it. And then people are making excuses for Kiana for her bad behavior while being drunk, which is disgusting, but it happens and it's part of life. But anyways, but the thing that because I was expecting for this episode for us to have like a redemption of the whole situation where like they make up and they like everything is fine, like. But when you apologize to someone and on their like face to face, and then behind their back you say that you still stand by everything that you said, why did you apologize? You know what I mean? Like, just don't do it. Just stand by what you said, which is fine. If you still think that everything, like Kiana said, everything that I said last week was valid. So if you think that everything that you said was valid, that's your prerogative. That's fine.
Yeah.
Stand on it. Stand by it. Don't flip-flop. You know what I mean? And don't try to be one, like she's trying to be one thing and pretend that she's another, which I personally don't enjoy.
I didn't see it that way at all.
I didn't see it that way either.
I saw it more so along with her apologizing. It was more so she was apologizing for hurting Zimba's feelings or for making Zimba feel bad. But I feel like that she did. I mean, because Mick said it themselves as well. Zimba's now finding out that everybody doesn't have your best interest in this competition. And at the end of the day, you shouldn't think that anyway, because only one of you are going to win. So, like, if the girl does sit up here and say, well, girl, I don't really think you lip sync that good. I'm like, I can understand you thinking that, but it's not going to change anything. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's also one reason why Zimba was very more okay to accept the apology, because at the end of the day, she still got the badge. So she can think whatever she wants to think about how her performance was. You know what I mean? So, but I understand what Kiana was saying, where she was like, I stand by everything I said, because I'm like, she's not going to lie and say, oh, I actually meant this, or I didn't say that, or this, that, and the other. So I see her trying to take more accountability for it. But I do think that put in the back of Zimba's mind, like when she said she won't forget, like, okay, me and Kiana are cool. Maybe not the coolest. Maybe I do got to keep my eye out for her ass. I know that now. Period. Let's keep it going. You know. So
absolutely.
It was a weirdly kind of nuanced thing. I feel like the alcohol just kind of supercharged shit.
Now that you said that, it makes sense. I think what she meant when she said that she thought that everything that she said was valid, I think maybe she meant what she thought about Zimba's performance. I think that's what now that you said that, I'm like, okay, maybe that's what she meant. And I'm maybe being a little, I am too sensitive, but like usually I'm right when I'm being sensitive. But this time I'm not. So I'm glad you made me see that.
Yeah, because I agree with Eve. I saw it as Kiana apologizing for hurting Zimba, because I do think Kiana does care about
but not taking
Zimba.
back her
I think
opinion.
they have. Like you can stand behind the words that you said and still apologize for the way that you made someone feel.
Yeah.
And that's like, and I appreciated that from Kiana. And I did love that we heard that the next day, once she was sober, once she had, taken some time to reflect, the alcohol wears off and you're like, oh shit, what did I say?
Because I bet in her mind while she was drunk, she was probably thinking it as like light shade.
Right, but it
came what I mean? And
came
then afterwards,
harsher. Yeah.
Right, and then
maybe she thought like it's not serious to me,
reacted.
so it's not going to be serious for other people. Maybe she thought that it was just like joking, and other people took it seriously.
Right, and that's why she was like, she didn't want it to be something where she's like, if there was malicious intent behind it. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's like I still meant what I said, but I wish I had said it a different way or at a different time. I think that's what.
100%. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, that makes
sense. Because it's clear we've seen a lot of workroom moments with Kiana and Zimba together. They clearly have created some sort of rapport. So the apology was more just, oh, I don't want to hurt your feeling. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. I stand by what I said, and I still do believe in what I said, and I believe that you weren't syncing your lips to the words. But I don't want to make you feel bad, and I'm sorry for making you feel bad. So that's the way I took it. Do you agree with that, KaMorian?
Yeah, I agree. Definitely.
Cool. Okay, cool.
I love to change my mind. Like I came in so strong with that thought, and I'm like, quickly. The first, like when you started speaking, Eve, you changed my mind instantly. I was like, actually, I'm wrong. You know what I mean? I love when that happens.
And hey, that's one reason why I love podcasting, because sometimes I have also come in here with a very, very strong opinion, and I am known to be strong and wrong, and I am okay with that, and I can accept that. If, like, hearing other people's perspectives on the same thing that we're watching is why I love podcasting so much, because all four of us clearly had four very different interpretations of how things went this episode. And I think based on who we thought might have won this challenge, I think we're going to see that later in this here recap that we are going to be doing. But... let's talk about next day in the workroom. They're coming in, all that stuff. Mama Pow comes in. Hello. And we get Jiggly. And we got Karen. This was, I was like, all of the judges I like are here. Yay.
Jiggly walked in that door and they said, toss her up. She said, nice try. Don't,
Alarma. No.
That was so funny.
Is this the first episode this season without an alarma?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
They broke the alarma streak. God damn it. It's because John's gone. It's because John's
gone.
gone.
Anybody this episode.
I blame it on the fact that they eliminated John. I'm mad and I'm angry, and I'm going to blame it on the fact that they eliminated John. But we get our mini challenge. It is the reading challenge, flip top style, like we did last year. I'm so sorry. I know this is part of Filipino culture, and I understand it, and I do respect it. This does not work for a reading challenge.
I beg you.
Here's the thing: we can appreciate it and respect it and understand, but we don't have to like it.
You don't have to have
it. This is my take. I understand. I just did not. I didn't enjoy it. I think we lost the opportunity to see a lot of good reads because of that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But it is an interesting twist. I just personally didn't like it. But
I had everybody trying to rhyme something with pop star having big feet. I was like, y'all need new material.
No,
like having to read is hard. Then having to be on rhythm and rhyme, like I can't.
No, because when Mick started, like she was on the beat, but it just was the length. I was like, ooh, no. And then Maxie had me lapping, but like the beat cut off. Like it wasn't a rapping. She just started reading people. So.
That's probably what I would do. Is I would just be like, nah, I fuck this beat. I don't care about this beat. I'm just gonna read you because I want to.
That's what Tita did, kind of. She was like, fuck this. I'm not doing this.
The best part of this reading challenge was pick crew member number 2.
Which one?
The tall one.
Oh.
I didn't.
For me.
I literally don't know. Anyway.
For me.
I would be surprised if you did, River.
I mean, they're there. I'm not saying I don't see them, but
yeah. And
they might as well be a chair on the background, and I don't give a fuck.
I was going to say, I think KaMorian's favorite part of this episode was pick crew member number 1.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Shut up, bitch. Anyway, we're gonna move on. This reading challenge was bad.
It was, but there were 2 things that I thought were good.
Okay, speak on it.
Popstar reading herself was funny.
Yes,
that was funny.
It sure was.
Tita's first read, I don't remember what it was, but I just wrote it down that Tita's first read was good. That's it. I don't remember what it was, but I'm gonna trust my notes. And my favorite read for sure was Maxie, when she was talking about Tita. She said, I have respect for the elderly, so I'll just pray for you. Lord, please just take her. That was so good.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought Popstar should have won this challenge. I'm gonna be real honest, because of reading herself. She actually had my favorite read, where she was like, Brigading, you talk about being a virgin. Maybe ask your mother how to get a booking. And I'm like, oh shit.
I had no idea what they had to do with virgins, but I was like, okay.
I don't know. I mean, I think it was for the rhyme scheme in Tagalog. I think that's what it was. She had to, there was some sort of rhyme scheme she was trying to do with it. Anyway, Maxie won out of a group of honestly subpar reading performances. So,
I think she had my favorite read, but like, sure.
Eve, I'm so glad you and your reactions are back.
I beg you, please stop.
Please stop this reading challenge. Anyway,
all of it.
We get our Maxi challenge, and it is makeovers.
Y'all set John up.
Oh yeah, no. My conspiracy theory stands true as to the fact that they eliminated John last week because they couldn't fly anyone over from San Francisco to do the challenge.
I think it's because it would have easily been a win for John as opposed to the person who won this time, who they're trying to push a storyline for. That's my 2 cents.
Also,
I agree, and I don't think that person is not doing good on it. Like, I think that person is doing very well by their own.
Maxie is doing very,
and
very well.
They don't need what production is doing, is my point. They don't need it. They're doing well on their own.
Here's my thing. Why do Maxie and Angel get to pick which parent they get?
I guess
none of these other girls get to pick. None of these other girls get to pick.
Well, I think it's because of the fact that they were going to have both of their parents anyway. So I feel like I would have more of an issue if they would have brought both their parents out and said, okay, you can pick one. But like them having them decide between one of them and not knowing who the other person was going to be, because the other person could have not been their parent. It could have been like they said for real, like a neighbor or somebody like that. So that's why That's why I was interested when they were like, well, who's for Maxie? I was like, wait, who are you going to have for Maxie? Is it like possibly their partner? How did you know Angel was going to get the mom? Like, but when I found out it was the dad, I was like, okay, I see that. That's not that bad. That's not that bad.
Yeah, I agree. I was kind of like, who was for Maxie? And I saw their dad. I was like, but Michael, I was kind of like, I was like, oh, like both their parents are there. Because like, to me, like, it's just amazing to see a mom and a dad support their children like that in the kind of capacity. Amazing.
Wholeheartedly. I absolutely 100%. No, I absolutely agree with you, KaMorian. I honestly just would have rather been, okay, mom, dad, y'all pick between yourselves who's gonna get who. That's how I would have rather seen it done personally. I get it, but I guess. But we get obviously Maxie and Angel's parents. We get Zimba's mother. We'll talk about that.
We'll get into all of the stories.
Ooh,
I loved it.
The way Zimba's mom came in and just said, "Where's my child?" I said, "Oh, mother." I loved it.
And with the fact that her husband, or Zimba's dad, had just passed away they were filming maybe 2 months before. I think it was like a month.
Yeah.
Wow.
This episode.
Like I can't. I can't. Ugh.
Yeah. But so they had Zimba's mom, Kiana's mom, Mix's best friend.
Who I think that's drag. I was like, oop, y'all didn't invite another queen. That wasn't smart.
Right. We'll talk about it. Tita's boyfriend. Oh.
I was kind of goofy. I was like.
So I felt the same way Kiana did. Because at first when it came out, I was like, oh, it's her.
Like her nephew, like her cousin,
her partner, or anything like that. And that's why I was like, is that like her student or something? Because she said something about he's like, I've been smelling his shirts at home. I said, oh no, that's his man. Wait, what?
Okay, as someone with a boyfriend who is maybe significantly older than me, I don't want to hear it. Okay.
It was weird because no one acknowledged the fact that they were together as a couple. No one did. Mama Powell didn't. No, she didn't.
Mama Powell did, yeah.
She didn't call him her partner or boyfriend.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. I was confused, but I kind of I knew
her partner or boyfriend, and neither of them.
I knew it was her husband because we saw him on the video message
for Popstar either. But I knew who it was because of the video message from a
They didn't use the word.
Yeah,
Kiana said nephew. Wait, boyfriend? I was like, right? Are we all kind of like? Go ahead, Tita. You better
Like
get
even
him, girl.
like pop star's boyfriend came out, they didn't even acknowledge them, and it's like, oh, Pop's like, oh, that's my man, y'all, that's my boyfriend. So she acknowledged it herself. So
Good for
Yeah,
you,
that was
pop
kind of a
star.
bad.
He's cute. And good for you, Tita. He's cute too.
Right. Both of y'all got cute men. Go ahead, for real. When they
And I
when they
think
invite
she's
when noticeably though when they invite people's partners on, the partners be cute. It's been like this for a couple of seasons.
Which is tricky. I mean, Canada 4. I mean,
Anyway,
anyway.
our maxi challenge is the loved ones makeover, superhero themed. Now, okay, here's what I'm going to say about this. I like the way that they did this superhero challenge as opposed to the one that we just saw, similarly branded design challenge over on Mexico. I didn't love the way that they kept, like, they were very strict about the way that they judged that challenge. I'm very glad that here on Philippines, where things are judged more properly, no shade to Lolita or Tyga, it was judged as drag family and not drag sister. And I appreciate that very much.
Can I say this as well?
Mm-hmm.
When we say things and when I say things, I'm the production queen up here, baby. I clocks it, I sees it, I see, the forest through the sleeves and the man behind the curtain. I see it all. So the way that it already started getting set up for me that a certain person was going to end up doing well in this challenge started when Rue did the announcement. It started there. Rue said, and I quote, I still want to figure out which one of you can rule the mother tucking world. The minute she said that, only one person said one thing, and that was Maxie, and she said, superheroes. And I was like, how did you get superheroes from that? Now, if Rue would have said, save the world, that makes sense.
Because they brought stuff, so like they knew that they had like superhero outfits. So with the things that you have in your luggage, you're like, okay, that's with what Rue said. This is what makes the most sense. I don't know, maybe that.
But the way that it's usually set up throughout the show is the girls act oblivious, like they don't even know the shit's gonna happen. They always go, what does that mean? Is it a makeover? What is that? What is this? And I was like, not you already know. I was like, it's getting a little shaky. It's getting a little loose. It's getting a little loose. I
But
gotta
that's
tighten
on
it back up.
production because they could have cut that. They left
They
it
could
in.
have. They really could have. And that's why I was kind of like, I was like, oh, y'all gotta tighten up. Production, y'all gotta tighten up. Because the girls are giving away the episode already. Like, come on now.
And then for the second time in a week and a half, we get a sighting of Norvina from Anastasia Beverly Hills.
Looking
making her speak
beautiful.
Thank God they didn't have her in some airline stewardess outfit.
Do you remember way, way, way back in the day when Anastasia was like the first makeup, like back when they changed from Matte to Anastasia?
Yeah.
For the makeup giveaway. They did BH Cosmetics once too, didn't they? I think.
It was BH Cosmetics, NYX Cosmetics.
Yeah, it was NYX for a while.
MAC. It was MAC for the first couple of seasons.
MAC was, I think, season 1 and
Color Revolution.
Color Revolution, yeah, they did Color Revolution, and now they did Anastasia. But I remember when they first started doing Anastasia, and they actually had Anastasia there. That was kind of a big deal.
Yeah, she was fierce.
Because that was back when, like, she had, like, the makeup. That was, like, when those, like, subculture palettes and all those palettes were, like, super big, and she was still doing celebrities' eyebrows and stuff, like, because she got famous because she was doing Oprah's eyebrows.
Wasn't that why she was on Drag Race, to do, like, some eyebrow thing? I think it was, right? I think it was for the makeovers as well, and that she was showing, like, people how to do their brows. I think so.
I think I remember that, too. Because I remember after a while she shifted, I think CFO or CEO or whatever shifted from the mom to the daughter, and then that's when we see Norvina all the time.
Yeah.
But I was like, that was so iconic back in the day. That, like, the Anastasia brow, like, guru to the stars showed up to RuPaul's Drag Race to be like, hey, y'all, let me show you how to do this. And everyone's like, yes, ma'am.
It was an early season. Like, it was like season 6, wasn't it?
Well, probably 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Exactly. It might have been 7.
No, I don't think so, because I don't think Anastasia was a sponsor on. I think it was after season 8. After Logo, I think
9?
they started, wasn't
Was
it?
it 9?
Color Revolution. I'll say this: Color Revolution wasn't on. I think possibly for more than one season, but I think Color Revolution was mostly on for UK. Because
I think Color Revolution was for season 3, wasn't it? Raja's? I think it was.
It was either that or Nick's.
I want to say that was right, yeah.
Yeah, one of the earlier ones, for sure.
Because honestly, shoot, a year supply of NYX cosmetics ain't bad either. Because NYX is a good ass brand.
Oh, NYX is good. Like from the drugstore brands, one of my favorites, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, when I used to shop that. But...
Right. Let's talk about the walk arounds, not with Mama Pow, but with Miss Khaled Karen. Thank you. I love this. I love having Karen come in, and I love that we're incorporating the guest judges more into the overall experience. We had BJ coming in. We've had that other man that I don't like. Jiggly was here in this episode. We got Karen coming around. I do love that they...
Can I just say, looking
gorgeous.
That dress, I'm obsessed.
Oh
my God.
I love Karen.
She is such.
I love
she
her.
Is such an I have to say, she is such an underrated panelist for me. Like, she is always stunning. She is always out here serving a drag look.
I'd say she's one of my favorite co-hosts.
She might be my favorite. Like, her and Jiggly together might be my favorite fabulous women on the panels. Like, them. Obviously, Michelle is the OG, and I do respect and love Michelle. But other than Michelle, I would say Khaled Karen and Jiggly, and then Ana Locking over in España. They're my favorites. That would be my top 3.
I don't really enjoy Jiggly's comments that often. But I do love Karen. Love it.
I would say Khaled Karen, Ana Locking, and T.S. Madison.
Oh,
period. For sure.
I'd say those three.
Also, Leslie Jones. Can we bring back Leslie Jones?
Yeah, or like when we had Lonnie Love all that time, like
yes.
People were like swap. They were like swap Ron and Carson out for Lonnie Love and T.S. Madison. And I was like, yes.
I have said it for years on the U.S. franchise. I need a spot for a rotating fabulous Black woman to be on the panel. And I needed T.S. Madison, Leslie Jones, Lonnie Love, Nicole Byer, and Yvette Nicole Brown. Those are the 5 people I need.
Period. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Niecy Nash Betts. 6? Period. Yeah. Period. Like, but I'm glad TS is getting a lot more work because she's, rotating with...
make Carson and Ron swap. I don't want to see them on the panel at the same time.
We could just get rid of them.
That's true.
We don't need them. But
I think we got what we're going to get out of those 2 judges.
Yeah. Apparently Carson is going to be doing 2 weeks of the Vegas live show, and I'm really intrigued, and I kind of want to go.
Like performing?
I think he's hosting.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell are you going to do? Give somebody some fashion advice? What's happening?
I don't know.
It's like...
Doing like a segment of like Fashion Police or something.
Well, no,
I think he's going to host.
Okay, so it's...
Because give Miss Asia O'Hara a break. She does a damn good job over at Drag Race Live. Let her have a little vacation. So now, anyway.
It's funny because I went to see Beyonce like years and years and years ago. And it was on 4th of July weekend. And we went to Six Flags on the same weekend. And that night was the Beyonce concert. So we were going to go see Beyonce. But apparently also that night, Raven Simone was at Six Flags performing. Like, she was supposed to be on stage performing or whatever. And so I was telling my friend, I was like, oh, we're going to miss Raven Simone. And my friend was like, well, what the hell is she going to do? Do skits for her show? And I was like... And so that's what I thought of when you said Carson was going to be up there. I was like, is Carson going to do some queer-ass skits? What is Carson going to do?
Well, he was on Dancing with the Stars.
Did he win? Did he win?
No, I think he was a finalist, though. No, he wasn't.
Carson Kressley?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, that's what stars. I was like, going.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Anyway, I was
those are 2 words that deserve quotes around them. Dancing and stars.
Anyway, Anyway, circling back to this episode of Drag Race, I do love the balloons. We get all of the Karen walkarounds. Which one stood out to y'all?
Honestly, Kiana and Zimba.
Yeah.
Because we kind of already knew about Angel and Maxie's parents like being very supportive since forever and all of that. So like it was nice to see them, like actually be able to see them instead of just hearing about it. But we kind of already knew of that story. So it was more interesting to me to get to know Kiana's story with her mom, because like I always say, like humans are extremely complex. So it was very nice, especially after everything that we've seen with Kiana. It was very nice to have that, so that everyone, especially me, I'm saying me, can understand and empathize with Kiana a little bit more and kind of understand a little bit better where she's coming from. And Zimba, we also we've heard about her mother's story from Zimba, but it was very heartwarming and important, I think, to hear the story from Zimba's mom's mouth herself. And Karen did a great job with mediating on all of that and like receiving and listening and all of that. Wonderful.
Thank God it was Karen in there and not Mama Pao, because Mama Pao, I love her, but she would have sat there just like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or made like a silly joke to like break the ice or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like it would have maybe created an awkward moment.
And I think she's realized from 2 seasons in, she can't do good when it comes to the emotional moments. Because we saw her with talking to Bernie last season, and she was just like, why don't your eyes work? It's like, girl, grow some self-awareness, Mama Pao. I'm sorry. Like, so I'm glad at least they brought someone in like Karen, who is definitely a lot more of a compassionate person. No shade to Mama Pao, but definitely a little bit more.
We need a wellness coach.
Or maybe we don't know if she's more compassionate. Let's not say that, but she does know how to show compassion much better.
That's, I think, what I meant by just compassionate, period. But
I'm just saying because people can take it out of context and just like be, you know.
And then the whole situation with Zimba and her mom. I was so happy that her mom was here. Like I really do. I'm just so happy that we got the full circle of her mom's story as well.
Yes. Can I also say as well, I don't know if it's an NDA thing or what, but I'm extremely surprised I'm very surprised with the narrative that is being placed around pop stars' looks and runways, even down to the one-on-one that she had with Karen. And we're finding out after the fact that a lot of it is because, designers or whatever dropped out on her or left her hanging or didn't make things the way that she wanted to, this, that, and the other. I'm extremely surprised that that's not in any way being vocalized on the show at all.
It is
in Untucked.
Okay.
Which is why I thought the same thing as you, Eve, when she was talking during this episode. I was like, why is it okay for her to say it in Untucked, and why is she not bringing it up in front of Karen?
Right. I'm like, why did you not bring this up in front of Karen? Why has this been a critique that you've gotten for I don't know how many episodes, and now you're bringing it up when you're about to go out the door, girl? It don't matter now.
You know what I think it is? It might be maybe in her head, pop star is thinking like, is not saying it because in her head maybe they would say that she's trying to make excuses or something like that.
I'm thinking. Yeah,
that's
she didn't want to use it.
That makes sense to me, honestly.
Yeah, because there have been a lot of times on Drag Race, to pop stars' credit, there are a lot of times on Drag Race where judges will talk about looks, and like people will bring up the fact that like a designer fell through on me, blah 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 blah, and the judges will get very angry with them, which I don't agree with. I don't think it's the right thing to do, because it does happen, unfortunately, more often than not. But yeah, she has brought it up several times in Untucked and also on social media, so we do have kind of the full story around it. But yeah, I wish she would bringing it up to the judges.
Right, because I hate the fact that it's creating this. It was creating this narrative around her that was the best work that she could do, and her best is just not as good as everybody else's. It's like she's doing the best with what she has, but that's not the best that she has. And I feel like that. I wish she was able to vocalize that a little bit more to the judges.
Yeah, like
even in this kind of,
we know. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, even in this kind of informal setting, maybe might have been the best opportunity for her to do it. So,
and she could have easily been like, I'm not using this as an excuse, but I understand what you guys are saying. This isn't the things that I wanted designed when I originally da 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 da.
And I can't do anything about it, unfortunately. Like, I'm gonna present to you what I have,
but I'm
gonna
turn it on the runway. I'm gonna make it look. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, because they just keep saying, well, we, like Jiggly was saying on the other thing, we bring this up every single time, and I'm like, well, yeah, girl. Also, at the same time, these girls can't make new outfits once a week, every week. I mean, unless you Raj O'Hara. They didn't already brought all this stuff already made.
We know Popstar's not a seamstress either.
Right, so I'm like, they brought all this stuff already, so it's weird for you to give the critiques to change or update certain things in their costume or their wardrobe of a pre-packaged wardrobe that's already brought. Like, you can tell me all day, I don't want to see you wearing silver dresses anymore on the runway. Well, bitch, if all I brought was silver dresses, that's what you're going to see me in, girl. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Like, I just hate that.
I wish Popstar would say something so that, because like we hear the three of us and like a lot of other people know why this is happening with her runways, but a lot of people don't. So I wish you would just say something that would make it clear that like what she's showing is not what she wanted or planned to show. It's what she had.
Right, it's not the best representative of her drag. And that's not her fault.
They are judging her as if she's presenting something that she is proud of and thinks is good. And it's not the case. So
and that's not the case. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's making do with what she has, and that's completely different.
Yeah. And I think she's handling it a lot better than I would, and a lot better than a lot of people would. Like she's honestly doing the best that she can with it.
I'm actually did better than you, Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that we got a moment with everybody as well. We got Tita and her partner, who again, real cute. They had their cute little moment. Who else did we not talk about?
I mean, I did mention Kiana, but I didn't say what it was. Like, just because, of course, people watching the recap watched the episode, I would believe. But I think that her and Zimba's story, Zimba's mom's story, was just important to be shared to the world.
Yes.
Zimba's was already, but like Kiana, we didn't know that was the new information of this episode. And I think it's a more common experience than we think it is. Her experience with her mom and her parents. And just the fact that she and her mom felt comfortable and safe to be vulnerable to the point of saying, like Kiana saying to her mom on TV, that she resented her for a big part of her life. That is so monumental to, I think, with just progress in how we see and talk about mental health and relationships with family and all of that. I think it's a very big step forward in that regard. And also her mom being able to admit that she made mistakes as a parent, like, wow, that's,
I love it.
Groundbreaking.
Like, having the self-awareness to realize that, and especially it being the mother in this scenario, like, it is very, I loved it.
But also Kiana as a daughter, because it's very much like a similar feeling. Not the experience is not similar that I have, but the feeling that I had towards my dad is very similar to what Kiana was saying with her mom. But when she said that growing up, she was able to understand why her mother was like that and why that was her situation, and then being able to see her mother in a different way because she is able to understand, like, that's huge. I think that's great. And like at the same time, because it's both ways, because usually either the parent or the child will try to reconcile, but like when both people can put their ego and pride aside and be like, I made this mistake, I forgive you for this, I forgive you for that. Like, that's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Drag Race Philippines, once again, my favorite international franchise.
I'm gonna say
Drag Race bringing families back together yet again.
Period. I'm gonna say my favorite franchise.
I put it in Fireworks came out.
Proud of you.
I mean, it was fitting.
It feels correct. One could say.
Yeah.
But
Train.
shall we go to the runway to very quickly just talk about the judges, and that's all we're going to do in this here episode today, unless we have other things to talk about from the workroom. I think
we don't. Let's get to these runways.
So yeah.
Wait, how are we going to be like-minded? It's going to be like a threesome?
Oh, no.
Ooh,
I'm looking.
No, I like it the other way. That was so bad.
No.
I felt like we were on the mole.
No, I can't do this. No, I'm sorry.
Bye. No.
No. But we have our beautiful, lovely judging panel with our special guest, Miss Sharon Cuneta, icon of the Philippines. I have heard her name. I don't know all that much about her, but I do know that she is an icon.
They treated her like it was Meryl Streep up in there. I said, oh my God.
It probably is for them.
Maybe she is.
Let us know in the comments if Meryl Streep is an accurate comparison, or if not, who is the comparison? I want to know.
I would say like equivalent to what Meryl is in the U.S.
In America, right? Who would she be the American? Like, who would be the American equivalent to her? Is she like an Oprah? Is she like a Michelle Obama? Is she, you know what I mean? Is she like a
Please let us know, and I know y'all will, because y'all do a great job at that. Thank you.
Y'all.
Mama.
Yeah, I googled her and I just saw that she was like a big movie star and all that, like a big actress, but there was no further information that I could find. I would love to know.
She was fabulous and lovely and sweet and very demure and very mindful, and I liked her. I liked her a lot in this episode.
Very cutesy.
Speaking of cutesy, look at Mama Pow.
Work. And she made it. Work, Mama. Work.
Oh my God.
Get my Mama Pow.
I love her. I don't know if she worn other, because I don't pay that much attention. Like, I forget. But I was gonna say that I love Mama Pow in red hair. But then I was thinking, is she always wearing red hair? Does she ever wear other colors? Because I don't know. I don't remember.
We've seen her in other.
She's wearing other colors.
It's typically a dark color period. Blonde does not look good on her. I know she's done it a few times.
I remember her doing brown hair.
Brown. It's typically like
she'll do a little burgundy, real easy.
Okay. But this color of hair is my favorite on Mama Pow. Like this dark red, like wine. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
I love Sharon in this cute little suit too. I love her with the little cuffs. Is it an ostrich cuff? I'm kind of living for it.
Probably it's.
Yeah.
All the girls look gorgeous.
Jiggly, I love this hair.
Wow,
I gotta be honest, and I think I have a feeling I say this every week. Maybe it's just the fact that I love women so much, but Karen, just every time, every week, and today, one of my favorites. Oh, this blue velvet glove with this hair.
Oh.
With the detail coming, oh my God.
When women,
for sure. That's how I feel.
I know I don't need to say that with a panel of two women, but, well, women and women adjacent.
Women loving. Women loving.
Women and women loving, period. There we go.
Works for me.
I love it.
Well, it's a very femme-forward panel today.
It is a very femme-forward panel. All three of us, period. Thank you. I don't look it, but I am. I'm cosplaying as a Mask for Mask bro today. But really, I'm just... Yes, queen.
We're just fruits at the end of the day.
We are just fruits at the end of the day, Thank you. So we are going to save our full discussions of the makeovers for our Look Over Here episode. But I do want to talk a little bit in this episode about the makeovers on a whole. I just want to hear favorites, least favorites. Why did they make them twerk to Freaky Money by RuPaul? Did that matter?
I want to say one thing, because
Yes.
I relate to Delta from Very Delta a lot because I'm here to fry the small fish.
Yes.
What's important to me in this episode, and it bugs me so much. The theme for the runway was superheroes. Why was the song not Super Queen? Why? That makes me so angry for
Wasn't that the
no
runway
reason.
song though?
What?
It was the runway song.
Yeah, exactly. But why don't they or Glamazon, which is about like big like
Right. No, okay. No,
something.
I'm with that.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that journey. Yeah, no, I agree.
Freaky Money
I love the song.
Freaky Money was an
I
odd
love
choice
RuPaul's
for that
Odie.
category.
Yeah. I agree with both of you saying things at the same time. This panel is three bitches who don't know how to shut up. So,
The Yapper panel, if you will.
Yes. I will say, I think I had three standouts in this challenge for me.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly I want to talk about it because I'm not going to be here for Look Over Here, and neither is River. So we kind of just want to talk about our feelings. Eve will be there. So if you want to see more Eve the Bunny, check out Look Over Here. Thank you. And Lana. Ooh,
Right.
This is going to be a very femme-forward panel. That one's going to be a very femme-forward and very black panel, and I'm very excited for it. So, I will say my three standouts in this challenge were Maxi. I do think Maxi did a very, very good job. Zimba. She Zimba-da-dinged the damn thing. And for me, it was also not his, not hers, not theirs, but our Tita Baby. I thought Tita did a really good job this week as well. So those were my three personal standouts. I thought they were the strongest concept, execution, and performance.
Mm-hmm.
There were some other girls that I thought had great of one of those three categories. But for me, the three girls that had it all together were Maxi, Zimba, and Tita Baby. And that's just me.
My top three would be only one of those.
I was going to say that is just you, but anyway.
My top three would be Zimba, because I think hers was amazing. Like I said, I feel like that my girl got shortchanged on purpose for storyline purposes, but I thought that Kiana's look and presentation was sickening. At first, I was like, I kind of didn't get at the beginning, but the reveal and everything, and I was like, okay, this is, I like this. I like this. I liked Kiana. And honestly, as well, Mix was my other person that I would have had at the top, because I thought Mix did really good. I lived for their outfits. It was very Power Rangers meets Sailor Moon, and like just even the detailing on like the bracelet cuffs and stuff and the stoning and stuff. I was like, that girl has some clean drag coming down the runway.
Yeah.
You cannot clock her aesthetic when it comes to presenting things on the runway. Like even last week, I wasn't here for that. Last week, I don't give a crap what nobody said about the thing fitting too heavy on her or whatever. I live for all that. It's supposed to look like that. When you are at home and it is 50 degrees outside and it is November and you are walking around your house in your blanket robe, it is never all the way fit on you. Yes, you have a big old comforter on you like it's a dress and it looks oversized. That's the point of the whole thing. So for the whole dress to be a little bit oversized on her, I was like, no, that's sickening. It looks like she's just wrapped in a blanket. But it's a dress. I was so mad they tried to put her, like ding her for that. I was like, y'all are, okay.
They were mad because she understood the assignment.
I was like, hers looked so, it was so, it was so right. And one of my favorite things in the world is when a girl does the little spin with a big old dress or something on the runway and just sits in it. I was like,
when she twirled and then went down with the dress.
I was like, I was like, hey, she's doing y'all need to stop sleeping on her. Period.
I will say Mix was a very close fourth for me. Mix would have been number 4 for me. I just want to put that one out there.
Okay. See, I knew we were going to have different opinions on this.
Yeah.
Because for me, in order, my favorites were, and my scores do not reflect that, which is interesting, but
very
Maxi,
right. Okay,
Mix, and Zimba.
Okay.
Technically, I gave Zimba a higher score than I did Mix. because I think her outfit was better. But my thing with Zimba is, as much as I loved everything that she gave, like that she and her mom gave on the runway, the one thing that for me is I personally don't enjoy on a makeover challenge when the two outfits are identical, like the exact same outfit. It doesn't give the same impact for me, even though the outfits were incredible. And the presentation was also very good. Probably maybe my favorite presentation out of all of them.
Right. That presentation
Zimba.
was
Yeah, the presentation
insane.
was sickening. With the wings together, like turning with the sickening.
That
Sickening.
for those
Like when they
reasons,
started and Zimba's wings were up here and her mother's wings were down here, I was
Yep.
like, oh my God.
And the fact that
That's
she was
why-
able to have, like, the wings were like made with fabric, not feathers or anything, and it looked so good. The movement, so good.
I did not know they weren't feathers until Kelly Karen said they weren't feathers. And I was like, those weren't feathers? I was like,
yeah.
I was like, you get some extra points for that. Because I don't know who made
Now
that, but I know it took them a long time to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said for me, it gave almost like Bernie style evolution of drag. I could easily see Bernie head coming out in something like that. Like, just that extraness of like, that's how, like, it almost helps compensate for her size. You know what I mean? Because like, Zimba's a very, very skinny girl, and then Zimba's mother is very short. So it almost kind of gave them more body and elevated them more. You know what I mean? And it was...
But it didn't, it wasn't, that's exactly, they are both very small people, and the look was so huge, but at the same time, it was not overwhelming them. It was not wearing them. They were wearing it. Like, it just worked. It just worked. The fact that she was able, I don't know who made it, but the fact that the person that made that was able to get that movement with, like, impressive. So impressive.
They went to the Bernie School of Modeling. Like, that's what it was.
Yeah, the presentation was fierce.
One of the best presentations.
With Maxi, I think her look, actual like look, outfit, and concept was the best because it was Queen of the Universe, Stars Universe, like
Queen of the Universe.
You know, I got it and I liked it, but I don't know if it was just me, but the presentation was a little funky. No, like the arms were a little awkward. I didn't live for the presentation down the runway, but I did love the actual makeover pictures, like the outfit, all of that. And then Mix, it was giving to me a little bit Totally Spies meets Power Rangers.
Bitch.
Okay, Totally Spies. Okay, Totally Spies.
Period. Which is that came to mind because yesterday I was thinking about, because I'm having sewing class. I'm in sewing classes, and I was thinking about I want to make like an outfit, like a costume that I can wear when I have like a costume party. I was thinking like something easy, and I was in between the villain from Kim Possible, Shigo, and Totally Spies, because I wanted to make like a one piece. And I had that on my mind, and then when I saw Mix today, I was like, that.
River for Drag Race Brazil season 6, maybe? Like,
look, I would love to be part of a Queen's creative team. I would love that.
Totally.
And I just heard that my favorite Brazilian queen auditioned. So my hopes are up.
If you are a Brazilian queen and you are going on season 2 of Drag Race Brazil and you need a somewhat competent sewer of things, hit up River. Thank you.
Well, I'm not the best sewer, but I do have very good ideas. If you want help with
creative director.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly. With Mix's look, I think my favorite thing was I love the color combination. Loved. And it was a stupid concept in a good way. And I think the execution could be better, but like the outfits complemented each other so much without being the same. Like they look like they could be the same collection, but they were different outfits that complemented each other very well. So that would be my top 3.
Can I also say one person who was in the bottom, who I thought should have been in the bottom, that was not in the bottom. And I'm gonna shake the table with this
Oh, I already know where you're going.
I think it's what I'm thinking.
I would have put Maxie in the bottom.
Oh, it's not what I was thinking. At all.
Right in the bottom, girl.
Why
Right in
though?
the bottom. Right in the bottom. For multiple reasons. One, I do not appreciate the fact that everyone kept going around here telling this girl that she was doing the future of drag when she's wearing a Lady Gaga inspired outfit from 20 years ago. That was annoying. That was annoying. We've seen that look done 50 freaking different times. Gaga did it on MTV, and we've seen I don't know how many drag queens during various seasons do variations of that same look. That's not the first time they've ever seen that. That made me mad. Two, for Raul to sit over there and say that was one of the best makeovers that he has ever seen in Drag Race Philippines history, when Silhouette and her partner are still breathing on this earth, makes no sense to me.
Yeah, no, that was too much. That was too much.
I was like, you guys are setting her up. Like, you're setting
like Maxie is good. Maxie is really good, and she is doing well in this season, in my opinion.
I'm like, I don't understand why they're pushing this narrative.
What the judges are saying that she's doing.
Like, I don't understand why they're pushing this narrative. It was just very weird to me. For me, she was one of the people whose concept to me didn't seem the most amazingly original.
Oh, it wasn't original, I don't think, but I think it made.
It was done very well. It was done very well, but it wasn't the most original. To be honest with you, I thought that she should have been in the top last week.
I didn't either.
Because I liked her, and I liked her little like Dr. Dillerman-esque character in Wicked. And baby, if she didn't step out on that runway like she was walking in French Vogue, I promise you, I was like, oh, that's a runway in Paris. The way that she's posing down on the ground, the makeup, I was like, that's a French runway. Down. And when they called her for safe, I was like, really?
She was in my bottom two. I would have had the siblings in the bottom two last week. That's what I would have done.
Really?
I mean, I loved her runway so much, but like in the musical, she disappeared to me. Like I don't.
Where were her and Angel in the
musical?
musical?
She was there because I was so.
She was the one that was part horse.
I know. Where was she?
I feel like I liked her characterization, and I felt that she did well with her part being a smaller part.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Anyway, circling back to this episode.
But yeah, it's just
thankfully,
that's
the one thing that we didn't.
Because I feel like that when she does actively do well on her own and should have a higher placement, they put her in a safe placement or something like that. But then when you have these, where you have other girls really blow it out of the water, somehow Maxie ends up winning, and I'm like, what? Why are y'all doing this?
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
It's like she should have 3 wins. It's just not the 3 she has right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Also, one thing we forgot to say is that Popstar and Maxie had the same concept, which I don't know what it's like. I don't understand the concept. I don't know what it is, but it was the same.
It was Popstar and Kiana had the same concept.
Yes, that's what I that's what I meant. Sorry, that's what I meant.
But Kiana was done way better.
Well, I was going to say, the moment that I found out that they had the same costume, I was like, they're going to put them in the bottom 2 together, huh? And, well, we'll talk about it. Thankfully, there's really nothing to talk about from Untucked because it was a sweet, lovely, wonderful Untucked where nothing super memorable happened. So that's all we're going to say about Untucked for this week. Thank you. But let's overall
also say that
results.
For the people that watch, if you want to skip this week's Untucked, this is the one. Like, if you ever want to skip an Untucked from Philippines, which I wouldn't, but this is the one to skip.
Wouldn't skip any other episode of Untucked this season. Would not skip this one. You could.
Yeah,
you should.
So, it's highly suggested.
Honestly, if you're gonna watch it on 1.5 speed.
If you're gonna watch something Drag Race Philippines related, go watch our Look Over Here. Dang.
Exactly.
Right.
Because I see y'all that are watching the recap but are not watching the Look Over Here. I see y'all. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's talk about our results. We have our top 2, Zimba and Maxie. All right. And the winner is Maxie.
I agree. But anyway.
This makes me feel like when they had one of the last times when they had Maxie and Kiana in the top 2 and they had Maxie win. And I was like,
this feels like every time they had Maxie and John in the top 2 and John should have won. This feels like every time they've had Maxie in the top with Tita and Maxie won. Or, yeah. Anyway,
it's serious when I do bare face.
One thing that I do want to say is, because y'all, what was your opinion about Tita Baby's makeover? Because for me, that was
I would put Tita at the bottom.
Yeah, I loved her concept and presentation. Like the presentation, like it was fun, but the outfit, like
The
that was
outfit
my least
execution
favorite. It was my
very
least
plain.
favorite, and she was
It was
on the
very-
top.
It was
Like-
just a Amazon silver bodysuit, and more of the what would you call it? I won't say plastic. It's not plastic. It's not really
Like the
Mylar either. But
transparent
you know what I mean?
things
Like,
that were attached.
right, the parts that were on the outside or whatever is really the only part that actually elevated the look. But the downside about it was it still made it look kind of cheap. It still kind of looked like cling wrap. So it was like,
I thought it worked because I actually think that it worked for the concept. I didn't need it to be this high fashion kind of moment. If your superhero superpower is covering leftover food in aluminum foil, like the reason I would have had Tita in my top 3 personally was I thought the execution of the garments was fine. The performance and the concept is really what elevated it for me. I love this concept. It's so on brand for Tita. It so fits perfectly in the Tita Baby universe, and I think the performance of it really just elevated it for me. So that was what it was for Tita for me personally.
for me, I think the issue was the fact that there has been this running narrative that Tita's kind of pop starry a little bit. I mean, not as famous as pop star, but her runways usually end up letting her down or also come off very clunky or very auntie-like. But these past couple of weeks, she's been like really turning it on the runway. Like her look last week was insane, and she made
So
that.
good.
I was like, that was sickening. So
Yeah.
to go from that to this, we're like, no, wait,
Yeah.
I feel like you fell back. You know what I mean? So like that's the only reason.
Yeah, but we get a bottom 3 of Kiana, Angel, and Popstar.
Why is Angel in the
ultimately-
bottom?
Not right.
Like, I
Not
agree
right.
with a lot of Angel's placements, but this one was so I don't get it.
But see, what's
The
funny
makeover
to
is
me
always
is,
like this.
what's funny to me is I was like, okay, top 7. I know that Maxie wins this. I know Kiana and Popstar are in the bottom. When they told me the placements of everybody else, I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I was like, because if anything, Angel should be safe.
Yeah, because Angel was in the bottom, Mix was safe, and Tita was in the
Tita
top.
was safe.
None of those
Tita
three
was safe.
placements
Tita was
make
safe.
sense.
Tita was safe. Tita was safe.
But during the judges' comments, wasn't she like technically the third best? She received like the third best comments, kind of.
No, because she was called safe first, and they only called 2 people in the top. So Tita was just safe.
Okay.
And then
But
the
if it
person
were
was high
Angel,
safe.
she was technically the high safe, right?
Mix was the high safe.
Technically, she was third, I think.
Mix was the high safe.
Which makes sense.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Which makes sense. But yeah, no. Angel should have been safe.
I think
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think Angel could have been safe. I would have been fine with a Tita low placement here. I wouldn't have put her in the bottom 2. I agreed with this bottom 2, honestly. I just thought
I wouldn't have her in bottom 2 either.
Yeah. I think this was the right bottom 2, given the fact that they were wearing they had the same concept, whatever. Like, it for storyline purposes, I am okay with Kiana being in the bottom here because we all knew she was going to send Popstar home, and I'm okay with it. I will say though, Popstar did not go out without a fight. This lip sync, "Get Your Rebel On" by RuPaul. I am really surprised we have never had this as a lip sync song, and I really enjoyed this lip sync.
When they said that it was Kiana and Popstar in the bottom, and then I saw that song, I said out loud, "Ooh, this is gonna be good," and it was.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they highlighted the fact that they were like, okay, and here's Popstar with some more props. I said, girl, y'all sat over and let her have them little Party City streamers and use that to beat John last week. And to be honest with you, she didn't win that lip sync last week against John.
No, she didn't. No, she did not.
So when she did it again, I was like, where am I key? Look, this is what we used to do back in the day when you go to the football games or the homecoming game. and somebody's team is getting their tail beat. Everybody get their keys out and they just go, start up the bus, warm up the bus, warm up. That's how I felt. Right when Popstar pulled those streamers out, I said, oh, it's over. Warm up the van. Warm up the van. Like, go ahead and get her stuff packed, baby, because she going home. Because Kiana wanted to go let that one go without a fight. And like that's the one thing I live for the most that we got to see from Kiana and Zimba on the first episode. Is that if anybody's in the bottom against them, baby, you're going home. Like, you're going home.
Yeah.
Like, you're going home.
I think it was overall a good lip sync. I think Popstar, for me, did better in this lip sync than she did last week, because I do agree with you. I don't think she won last week's lip sync. She put up a good fight. Kiana won this hands down, no question, but Popstar put up a good fight until she pulled out her stuff from backstage. And I was like, girl, I don't need this. But her lip syncing was actually really good. Like, her stunts were good. When they both did the high kick at the same time, I lived my whole life. I was like, yes,
the fact that they were wearing matching outfits. And then when they both went to like the middle and kind of like went down together, and like it was kind of like that one moment where they were kind of lip syncing together.
Kiana did the role.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Kiana won this lip sync hands down. Popstar put up a damn good fight. I will say flawlessly as well.
Like, it was a good show. It was a good performance to watch as a viewer.
Victory.
But this is where we are going to say goodbye to Popstar Bench. And, you know, I do understand now why she came out with the promo look that she did. I know why she wanted to make a statement with her promo look, and I get it now, and I understand it. I have to say, though, Popstar has been such a delightful presence on this season. She has been very funny, just very, like, gorgeous, stunning, the queen of Untucked for the first couple of weeks. And I think overall her legacy is going to be just that. We're not going to... I hope that years from now, we don't remember necessarily how bad her runways were, because that was nothing of her. Like, she had no control over that. I hope what we remember of Popstar Bench on the show, on this season of Drag Race Philippines, is just a really delightfully lovely queen with some great trans representation and an overall really great story that culminated with her and her boyfriend walking off stage. And I think that's adorable, and I really do. I love Popstar. I've been really happy to see her on this season.
Yeah, I would say after this season, like, what ends up happening a lot with girls when the season is over with is they kind of get put into categories about, like, what is the most memorable things from them from their season. I feel like Popstar is going to get really remembered as being, like, a personality queen. You know what I mean? Like, she was funny, she was engaging, she was sweet, she was interesting. You know what I mean? And so I don't think that anyone will just automatically go, oh, but her runways, blah, 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 blah. Because, I mean, we kind of feel the same way about other queens that have been on Drag Race Philippines, but we don't dock them down because they excelled more in one category than in the other. Like, for example, like Lady Morgana. Lady Morgana was
the person I was thinking about, exactly.
And she had some crunchy runways too, but she was remembered as like a personality girl, as a congenial girl, as like, you know what I mean? I feel like I could see Popstar being up for Miss Congeniality for this season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you stole my talking point.
She's gonna have to wrestle that away from Tita, because for right now, I'm pretty sure that's Tita's in the bag. But
John.
Oh yeah.
John.
Honorable mention, John.
This season is gonna be tough because
make it a 3-way tie.
Well, Tita's gonna be in the top 4, so she won't even be eligible. So Popstar and John.
I mean, hey, if Safira Cristal can get it and be top 2, it can happen to anybody at this point.
I mean,
fair.
One thing I want to say before we go, because I forgot to say when we were talking about the lip sync, this is a call for WoW. Please, I would love for us to have more old Rue songs for lip syncs.
Yes.
Please.
If you're gonna do RuPaul songs, I want pull some of those track 8s from the old albums, please.
Now you know I want them to be bold. I'm like, Rue, I'm trying to tell you this now. Rappers, we're trying to tell you this now. This is how you get your Emmy bag. Have 2 trans contestants.
No, Eve.
Yeah, that would be so sickening.
No, it's
Oh my God.
because they won't cast more than 2 trans queens on the same season of US.
Well, sometimes it could be one where they have lip sync assassins, and half the girls that aren't on the show anymore have transitioned. Shit.
No, Eve.
I think it would be sickening. All I need to hear
No.
is, I need a Cavassier straight up. I was like, wait,
No.
That was always
That
one of my
song
favorite
is so good, though. Like,
That song is
that
so
song is so
good.
good. It is so good.
Objectively speaking, the song is really good, but no.
No,
I want
yeah.
to say, there's one RuPaul song from the Champion album called Never Go Home Again that I think would make it for a really good lip sync song. I'll say that
feel
much.
like I've heard that in something on the show, maybe.
It's been on the show in some capacity. I don't remember what it was. But
Maybe it was one of those. Maybe it was one of those. Do you remember? Wait, no. Wait,
it's like
Champion.
an outro song, I think.
No,
maybe
wait.
it's an outro song.
When did Champion come out?
2009.
9? 9? Yeah.
Okay. Why do I feel like that it was in a challenge similar to the one they did in season 4 where they had them like selling RuPaul something?
I
with,
think it
like,
was part of that because it's on the Champion. I think it was.
Wasn't it the Champion album challenge that they had to like sell the songs?
Was
Yeah,
the
it was
Champion album around season 4? Then that would be it.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Lady Boy. It was Never Go Home Again, and it was.
Yeah, it was because Jiggly did Lady Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Lady Boy, Never Go Home Again, and I think it was Throw
Willem
Your
did
Hands
Click
Up.
Clack.
Oh, it was Click Clack. No, it was
Click
Click
Clack.
Clack. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You know which song that I really want for a lip sync? I Bring the Beat. It's so good.
They did it
I like the
on, they
runway
did it on
songs,
season.
but-
They did it on season 2 of Philippines. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. I just want
Oh,
more
yeah.
RuPaul songs. That's what I want. More
it's
RuPaul
like-
and more Kylie Minogue. That's
They
it.
have some of those. They have some of those songs that they have as like runway songs, and I'm like, I kind of want to see like a lip sync to this. I still want to see somebody lip sync the Sexy Drag Queen. Like,
Yes.
that was one of my favorites. That was one of my
You
favorites.
have so many good songs. Like, give us more. I want it.
I need
Anyway.
I need like a Kennedy versus Jasmine Kennedy lip sync, like where they just buck it down or something. Like, I need that.
Anyway, we love you, pop star.
I
girl.
am in denial because she's the last member of my team. I picked Popstar because she was my favorite from the promo, and I don't regret it because I enjoyed her the whole season. And I'm gonna remember her exactly like you said, Logan. I'm gonna remember her great personality, her great like with being great with the queens in the workroom and all of that, and her musical performance as well, which was great.
Yes, God.
So
I agree with that. But yes, as River alluded to, River is now also out of the draft. So we are literally just left with me, Eve, David, and Lana. And that's it. That's it in the draft. But River, you do end the draft in 6th place with 21.5 points. Brandon is also out of the draft. You weren't the first out of the draft. So at least there's that.
Right.
At least there's that.
I thought I would be dead last when the season started. I kind of felt how it was going to go. Like, oop.
The draft race is heating up, though, I have to say. Lana is currently in 4th with 37 points. I am now in 3rd with 42 points. David is in 2nd with 47 points. And Eve is still leading our draft here, but only with 49.5 points. So it is a very close race.
Stupid episode.
Well, next week is not going to be a stupid episode because we're getting the first ever lip sync Lalaparuza.
Kiana's gonna body. I can't wait. I need her to get another badge.
Well, yes.
Yes.
Well, yes. But
also, I'm excited to see the Lalaparuza in. I don't know. Is it the first time that they're doing it on an international?
Not on an international.
Yes, for a regular quote unquote episode, but their finale is set up as a lip sync Lalaparuza. So
yeah, that's what I meant. Like as a challenge. As a challenge.
This is the first time it's done as a challenge. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only other international.
They started doing it season 14, right?
Canada did one.
Yes.
Oh, Canada 4.
Canada did
four.
it. I was like, there was one
Yeah.
other season
Canada
that just
season
did it. Canada. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Canada did it.
Yeah.
Canada's was good though. Canada's was good.
Canada's was
Oh,
good.
that
Attic
was
honey.
good. But what I wanted to say is, I hope that I honestly, it is something that they brought like new for us. It's like a new challenge, and I enjoyed it. And I honestly wish that we have that every season. Like that needs to me, it needs to be like a staple challenge, like Snatch Game every season.
I'm
me.
very interested because this is the first time where they're going to be doing it in a country where English is not the native language, but yet it is part of the lip sync songs that they do, because some of them are in Tagalog and some of them are in English, like this week.
I'm curious if it's going to be one or the other, or both.
Right, one or the other, or if the songs will be mixed.
Yeah, I think it's going to be songs that have English, Spanish, and Tagalog, or like either one, or a mix of 3, or a mix of 2.
I would hope so. Yeah, I hope so.
I think.
But well, we will be back next week to talk all about the Lipsync Lalaparuza. I'm very excited to talk about it. But in the meantime, thank you for joining us for this recap for Drag Race Philippines episode 7. Let us know all your thoughts down in the comments below. Y'all always do, and we appreciate you very much for it. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share on the way out. Check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, our Patreon, our social media, and where you can get your merch, of which none of us are currently featuring, but it is available. We do have merch, and it is at lanagcreations.etsy.com. So, with that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. So, cheers. Bye.
Cheers.
Ew.
No.
Mabu, bye. That doesn't work.
Oh, I like that. That's cute.
I hate myself right now. Goodbye.